Guys, I gotta be honest with you. I have a returning obsession, and that is... I don't know how to say this. I'm addicted to Smash Ultimate. Now, I've been playing Smash Bros. For a long time, and when a new game came out, I was super excited by it. But it kind of got in the way of me editing videos for a little bit, so I was a little bit late on videos this week. But it also got me thinking, if Smash players played Vanguard, which clan would they be? So with that in mind, that is the topic of today's video. Some of them didn't really line up with anything, and I had to kind of place them where I thought I could get even half a reasonable idea of why they should be there. But yeah, hopefully they're okay. If you think that any of them should be in a different spot, let me know in the comments. And of course, right now I'm also doing the contest for the free Answer of Truth extra booster box. So if you would like the chance to win that, just subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and comment down below. And of course, if you donate to the Patreon, you get an extra entry automatically. With all that being said though, let's kick things off with the Royal Paladins. Now, Royal Paladins were kind of weird to choose because there's so many characters like the Fire Emblem people, and I wanted to divide them so they're not all clumped up in one group, because they all do have different themes and abilities, for the most part. So I started off with Chrom and Marth, as they fit the idea of being regal knights who just kind of fought for justice, and I thought that this was a pretty good spot for them. However, I also added Duck Hunt Dog, as Royal Paladins are known for using high beasts, and I mean, where else am I going to put Duck Hunt Dog, you know? Beyond these, I also had Luigi and Mario, because, you know, they're the standard hero types, and this is kind of the best spot for them. Moving on to Gold Paladin, though, I put Ike and Roy. Again, these are knights, however, they have more abilities which incorporate fire, like the Blue Flame archetype, and they're more over-the-top designed. Like, they both have their headbands and their over-the-top armored details, so I thought this was a pretty good fit for them, as Gold Paladins tend to kind of be that over-the-top design. Moving on to Shadow Paladins, I started off with Cloud here. He kind of has that dark and mysterious swordsman kind of feel, and this is kind of where I thought he had the best fit. He could have gone for Royal or Gold as well, but I think that Shadows just kind of fit his personality a lot more. I also put Meta Knight because he's the kind of anti-hero villain kind of guy from Kirby, and he's a swordsman, so it fits with the Shadow Paladin theme. However, knights aren't the only thing that Shadow Paladins have to offer. They have wizards and dark magicians. So I threw Robin in here, as you get that kind of mix of dark magic, knight, all that good stuff, and that's kind of the best spot for him, I think. Moving on to the Oracle Think Tank clan, I tried to get the more religious characters and put them here. So for example, I put Simon and Richter here. Oracles have a kind of religious theme, being based on Shinto, so why not throw Catholicism in there as well? I also put Rosalina in here, as she kind of has that goddess feeling to her, but she didn't quite feel like a perfect fit for Genesis, so this just seemed like a better spot. Speaking of Genesis, I put 3 people in there. We have Zelda and Link, who are both elf-like magical beings who stand for good, and that's kind of the theme that Genesis gives off. But I also put Palutena, who's just straight up a goddess, and where else would that go but Genesis? Finally, the last United Sanctuary clan is Angel Feather, and I put Dark Pit and Pit down here because they have angel wings, which makes sense to me. However, I also put Dr. Mario here, as he's a doctor, and Angel Feathers is built on the idea of healing yourself. Moving on to the Dragon Empire, we have KAGERO first, and of course we have Bowser, Bowser Jr., and Charizard. These are essentially fire-breathing dragons, so we're going to put them with the fire-breathing dragons. In the NARUKAMI clan, we have Pikachu and Pichu. They're not exactly dragons, but they do focus on the lightning element. TACHIKAZE has King K. Rool and Yoshi, as they're both very much dinosaur, reptile kind of people, and that's what TACHIKAZE is based on. And then we had the 2 ninja clans being Murakumo and Nubatama. It was kind of tricky to put these guys back to back, as they have a lot of overlap in them. But with Murakumo, I put Greninja and Lucario, as they're the more animal-like, stealthy ninja kind of characters. I know Lucario's not a ninja, but kind of fits that theme if you follow. Whereas Nubatama had people like Sheik and Snake, who are more based on sneaking around, and they're very human characters, not furries. I also did put in Ridley though, as he always reminded me of Stealth Dragon Dreadmaster from the original run of the Vanguard cards. Moving on to the Dark Zone clans, we're starting off with one of my favorite clans being Pale Moon. And in here we have King DDD and Kirby, as they kind of have that fun-loving feel about them. They're really entertaining and just about the fun, so they're in here. And I also put in Mr. Game & Watch, as he's kind of like the standing presenter for the circus. Don't know where else I would have put him, if I'm being honest, and this is the only thing I can get with. Dark Irregular was a little bit easier. We have the demon and witch characters, so Bayonetta and Ganondorf, because Bayonetta's a witch and Ganondorf is a demon. Pretty perfect fit. We also have the Spike Brother clan, and obviously there's no people who play football in Smash Bros. However, we do have different types of athletes who would be able to play football. And I tried to keep the human athletes here for the most part. So we have Ken, Ryu, and I think the Wii Fit trainer's human. She's kind of a mannequin, but I mean, human enough. The final Dark Zone clan is Gear Chronicle. So we have the characters who have things to do with time. So starting off, we have Shulk, who can use the Monado and affect time that way. Lucina traveled through time, I think. I'm a little hazy on the details of that game, but I believe that's what happened. And Young Link literally travels forward and back between 7 years in Ocarina of Time. So that's where I'm putting him. Again, he could have been put with the other Link characters, but I think this is the best fit for him specifically, and stops me from overloading any clan too much. On to Megalonica, we have the Aqua Force clan. So starting off, we have Squirtle because it's a turtle. Turtles live in water. Seems to fit. We also have the Ice Climbers, which I'm going to be honest, I couldn't really think of a better spot to put them. If you can, leave it in the comments and I'll definitely consider that. But they do have a very ice and water theme. Their level is literally floating through the water. So, I mean, I'm going to stick them in Aqua Force for now. But the last person I have in this clan is Corrin, who is literally a water dragon like Maelstrom. So this is where she's going. The GRANBLUE clan only has one person, and that is Toon Link, because in Wind Waker, you're sailing the sea. And that's kind of what pirates do. He's not exactly undead, but I mean, what else am I going to put in GRANBLUE? And the final Megalonica clan is Bermuda Triangle. And here we have the Inklings. I know they're not mermaids, but they do kind of deal with the whole squid aquatic life thing, even though they can't go into the water in the game, but whatever. Moving on to the Stargate cards, we have Nova Grapplers, and here I'm putting the kind of either fully robotic people or the people who are incorporated with wrestling or boxing. And speaking of wrestling and boxing, we're going to start with Little Mac and Incineroar, who basically fit the whole theme that the robots in Nova Grapplers are trying to follow. And as for the robots, we have Mega Man and Rob. Not a whole lot more in depth there, but that's what we're putting. So to separate Dimension Police and Nova Grapplers, I had people who either were in space, flew through space with big machines that are kind of Power Ranger-esque, or that kind of stuff. So we had the Fox series being Falco, Fox, and Wolf, because they all have their own ships, they're all flying through, they're protecting the sky. I don't think Wolf is protecting the sky, but that's a whole other thing. I also have Captain Falcon, who pilots a ship, and we had Samus and Zero Suit Samus, as they're literally going through space, bounty hunting, and sort of policing, if we're looking at it real liberally. The last Stargate clan is Link Joker, and here we have 4 characters, the first of which is Dark Samus, which is the manifestation of a virus that spreads through space, kind of like the Link Joker clan. Now, beyond just straight up people who go through space infecting people, I kept the Link Joker clan synonymous with psychic powers. So we have Mewtwo, Ness, and Lucas, and that just kind of ties into the idea of Psyqualia in the first season of the show being a almost psychic power spread from person to person. Those aren't the strongest ones, but again, these are kind of the iffy characters that where are you going to put them. Moving on to the Zoo clans, we have Great Nature kicking things off. And in Great Nature we have Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong, and Sonic, who are sentient animals. On to Megacolony, there's not exactly bug people in Smash for the most part, so I had people who worked around the idea of locking people down or stunning them, and with that kind of idea I had Jigglypuff, who puts you to sleep and, in a sense, stuns you, very loosely. You're gonna have to work with me. But aside from them, I also have Isabelle and Villager, as a big part of the Animal Crossing games is going around collecting bugs. Next up we have the Neo-Nectar clan, and here we have basically people who revolve around vegetation, fruits, that kind of stuff. So first off, we have Peach and Daisy, who pick onions and who are literally named after fruits or flowers, which is kind of fitting into the Neonectar clan. And also, Neonectar is known to have a lot of princess characters, so that fits as well. We have Piranha Plant, who is a giant plant. We have Captain Olimar, who works with Pikmin, who are kind of plants. And Pac-Man, who cycles through a selection of different fruits and then like a key and a bunch of other stuff. Again, one of those weird characters. The last person we have for Neonectar, though, is Ivysaur, who again is just a plant. Now, the only character we've kind of missed so far, Wario, who I'm going to be putting in the ET Ranger setup, because ET Ranger is for people who are basically trolls, and what is Wario if not a troll? But yeah, this is a more fun video, just something to do in the free time while I play Smash, and I can kind of guilt-free play the game without slacking too much on the channel. So if you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment, because that does put you in for an entry in the Answer of Truth booster box. So if you want that, be sure you do all that. And you can also support me on Patreon. Even just donating $1 a month gives you access to extra entries. And of course, donating allows me to do more giveaways in the future, promote the channel by allowing me to get updated hardware and new editing software, because mine is all super old. But with all that being said, I hope you guys really did enjoy the video. If you have any other spots that you would put any of these characters, or you have a way of thinking about them that I didn't, or if you even disagreed with some of the places, which I would totally get, just let me know in the comments. And with all that being said, we'll return to normal Vanguard content on Monday. This has been Miracle Trigger. Thank you guys for watching.